Hey everyone, Dr. Frunky here with a really special unboxing video for you. In front of us is an amazing collection that has come together over the last few months very unexpectedly. This is a collection of Robert Carter knives, and I've entered into this phase of my knife collecting where I would call myself a collector. I actually have a theme going on where I have found something that I truly like and a maker that I truly like, and I've been sort of growing a collection of his work. And it just so happens that I've been able to fall into situations where all of this work seems to be having even a matching visual theme. And that's just incredible to me. So it all actually started with the custom tech from Robert Carter. All of these knives have Robert Carter's touches on them. The custom tech is a knife that he makes where he does a whole lot of his custom touches. On this one, he's got his own sole authorship Robtanium clip and pivot collars and disc up there on the thumb disc, and it's just an amazing piece. I have a video on that. I picked that one up at the Blade Show back in June. A couple of weeks later, I found out that there was a Mokutai BBM available with this heat treatment in the blade, and that was just an incredible thing. And I've tried to show this one a couple of times. I haven't really done an individualized video on this particular knife, but I did want to show it to you guys again, show you the cool features. These all feature the black titanium handles and the Mokutai or Robtanium accents. And then recently, perhaps you've seen my video on this spectacular Talon combined with Frank Fisher and Rob Carter with these amazing accents done in Zircutai and Mokutai. So also with the black handle. So now recently another one of these crazy Rob Carter knives just came up, and I was able to get my hands on it, and it's right here. So without much further ado, I'm going to show you the Robert Carter knives small warfighter. This is a very special knife, and you will immediately be able to tell why, and that is because the blade looks absolutely insane. Not only that, this has some very, very special features on it that we're going to get into, and so I'm very excited to show this to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and line it up right here with its brothers and sisters just to show you the design language and this sort of visual thing that I've been able to achieve with this Robert Carter collection, and this makes me very proud. I'm not trying to brag here, but I'm just very happy with this collection, and I feel like I've entered into a new phase in terms of what I'm doing with my knives, and you may start to see how that reflects on the channel here. So I'm going to go ahead and move some of these out of the way so we can focus just on this knife right here. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that the blade is so weird looking. It's got this bronze finish, and it looks like it's on fire or something like that. Why is that? That is because this blade is made of SM100. What is SM100? Well, it's not steel. So typically knives are made with steel on their blades, but SM100 is a titanium nickel alloy that is absolutely corrosion proof and is a hardenable titanium that functions very well for actually holding an edge. So it's exciting to me to be able to get one of these in hand because this material is ultra, ultra rare. It was developed by NASA to create ball bearings, and it's just a very interesting material, and it takes a very special maker to be able to work with it. And we'll talk a little bit more about why that is when we get into it. So why don't we go ahead and just get some vital signs on this guy really quick. Up front, we've got just under a 3¼ inch blade, maybe a 3.2 inch blade. We're 3.5 inches to the pivot and about 7¼ inches overall. It's got a 4-inch handle with 3.6 inches of grip area right there. It's a small titanium frame lock. This SM100 blade alloy is quite light. This is coming in at 3.75 ounces right there. I'll go ahead and bring out another couple of knives for a size comparison. Here's a Paramilitary 2 and a Para 3 right here. So you'll see it's actually even smaller than the Para 3 is right there. I'll bring out another couple of smaller knives. Here is a Shirogorov Neon right there. And here is a Gareth Bull 3-inch field grade chamois. So you can see this is a rather small knife in the grand scheme of things, and I actually really like that. My EDC preferences have definitely gotten smaller and slimmer as I have gone on owning and collecting knives, just because they're easier to carry. So let's go ahead and break this knife down anatomically. So let's talk a bit more about this blade of SM100. As I mentioned, it is a titanium nickel alloy. So when you harden this titanium nickel alloy, just like normal titanium that can be anodized, like my favorite color, Frunky Green. I was going to pull out the Koenig Arius as an example. When you throw this in the heat treat oven, it comes out with these spectacular heat treatment finishes. Now, steel also comes out sometimes with some bronzes and stuff, but this one looks so incredible, and Rob left it on the blade. There is a certain finish, and there is a very specific way to do this that I understand sort of happened by happy accident one time to create this almost burned look to it, where it looks like this has been burned right here. I don't know how to describe it, but I can stare into this all day. It's very difficult for me to capture the sort of depth that this has, because you can see some of the blade is shiny, some of it is matte, some of it is black, some of it is midnight blue, some of it is purple and bronze and speckled, and honestly, it kind of looks like an astronomical sort of body, like I'm looking into a black hole or something like that. It's just a mesmerizing thing to look at, and it's very, very cool to me as a material science geek. This is totally just firing on all cylinders for me, in the sense that it's a unique material that takes on a unique finish, and Rob Carter has absolutely nailed it. If you've ever seen some of the high-end pieces done in SM100, you may see some similar finishes, but I just love the symmetry and the overall beauty of what is achieved here. The color shift, the purple to gold and brown, it's just a beautiful thing to me. And when you understand it from that perspective of the material science, it makes it that much more fun. Now, as you can see, it is a Warncliffe style blade that hence the name, the Warfighter, W-H-A-R. It is hollow ground, and it is quite slicey. The material does take a nice keen edge, and it is quite sharp. Moving back to the pivot, this thing runs on ball bearings, and it has a very smooth action. It is a flipper deployment only. I will say there is a bit of lock stick. This is the one drawback. Well, there are a couple of drawbacks of SM100, but one of the main drawbacks is the fact that the ceramic or steel ball bearing detent interface causes some galling on the surface of the titanium, and what that has done is created a slightly irregular surface right at the place where the lock bar meets up with the tang of the blade, and so there's a tiny bit of stick, but that's something that I'm just going to have to live with because of the nature of these two materials. This has a ceramic bearing, and it's sort of galled that surface, but you can minimize that by keeping it well lubricated. This is mostly an art piece. I don't think this is ever going to get any real use because of the way that this looks, but let's go ahead and keep talking about some of these other features here real quick. This is the beautiful handles on this are done with his blackened titanium finish. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and he has inserted some pieces of his own sole authorship, Robtanium. So this pivot collar are 2 to 3 different types of titanium. It looks like three alloys of titanium mixed together, then forge welded. And then he's got this beautiful Robtanium clip. And then he's done a full-length floating Robtanium backspacer. This is really the icing on the cake right here. You can see if I run my finger behind it here that there is indeed a floating nature to that backspacer, and it is incredible. And when you take this all in, with all of this material, science and beauty and art and function and form going on, this is just an unbelievable grail piece that makes a fine addition to this Carter collection that I have. I'm very thankful to be able to bring this to you guys. I wanted to say thank you to Rob Carter for being an awesome guy who makes some awesome knives. Thank you to everyone who watches my videos. Go ahead and click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Head over to Instagram and follow me at Dr. Frunky and Rob Carter at Robert Carter Knives. And as always, guys, this is Dr. Frunky saying, take care.